Hey guys, welcome to the Three Cylinders. You join me on the A13, East London, going for a little drive in my little Audi A1, and I decided to do something slightly different. I'm going to give you 5 good things and 5 bad things about owning an Audi A1. And I can personally talk about this because I've had the car for about 15 months now, so I've gone past the euphoric phase of owning a new car and reality sunk in, and all the little nibbly bits are starting to annoy me basically. And that was my pressure loss in my rear right wheel, which is odd. That's not good. We'll start with the positive stuff, and we're going to talk about my number 1 favourite thing about this car, which is the engine. So it's got a 4-cylinder 1.4 litre turbo engine. The more interesting part of this engine is the fact that it has cylinder on demand. And those of you who don't know what cylinder on demand is, I've got 4 cylinders in my engine. When this car is cruising along, it's going, or it's idle, it essentially just shuts half the engine down. During that phase, it will drop down 2 of its cylinders, and you can't hear it, you can't feel it, and then put my foot back down, again I can't feel the 2 extra cylinders re-engaging. It's just flawless, it just works so well. My second thing that I love about this car is linked with the engine. It's to do with its acceleration. It's got 150 PS, 0 to 60 7.9 seconds, which is, 10 years ago that was hot hatch territory. Now it's sort of a medium hatch, I'd like to classify it as. So, number 3. The third thing that I love about this car is the looks of it. I think it looks awesome. We'll pull up some exterior shots so you can refresh your memory of what the car looks like from the exterior. It's the S-line trim, so it's got a sporty body kit basically. And it's got twin stainless steel exhausts. It's got more of an aggressive sporty body kit. In here I've got a nice black headline, and I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera. Everything's black basically inside, apart from the dials, which are bright orange, which again really contrasts well. It's a nice interior. Number 4, daytime running headlights on this car. So they're fantastic. They're like little aggressive eyebrows, and combined with the bi-xenon headlights that you get in this car, no one's making the excuse that they didn't see you coming, because the lights in this car are so bright. Number 5, the 5th thing that I love about this car is the fact that it's a little Super Mini. Super Minis are Marmite really. You either love them or you hate them. I do like smaller cars, and I think with the ever-growing population, everyone's buying cars now. Traffic's getting busier. Smaller cars just so much easier to live with. You can nip it in that little gap to get over to the next lane, and most of all, parking. They're so easy to park. So we'll go now to the bits that I hate about this car. Number 1 is the steering. Not the steering wheel, the actual steering itself and how it feels. The moment you get onto a dual carriageway or a motorway and you start doing between 50 to 70 miles an hour, the car feels unsettled, and it's nothing to do with the engine, nothing mechanical in that aspect. It's to do with the steering. It just feels loose. Look, if you can see that now, I'm not moving at all. My car is not moving at all, but the steering wheel is. There's not that driver and steering wheel feel to the car that you'd get in, say, a Fiesta, for example. And it's sad really, because this car's quite a lot more than the Fiesta, and yeah, you are paying for that premium badge. And don't get me wrong, you put this car into a town scenario where you've got short manoeuvres, you're at low speeds, the steering is brilliant, and that is not an exaggeration. It's light and it feels very precise. So the second thing that I really dislike about this car is the fact that it has no USB port to charge your phone. It's a bit of a millennial problem to have, but the Audi MMI lead goes in the glove box, and the only one that you can buy, to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, is about that long. So you have to physically store your phone into the glove box, which again is a good safety feature, but it's an absolute nightmare because this model that I've got hasn't got navigation, so I rely on my phone, as you can see here, as my sat nav. So I can't charge it and I can't access the music. That being said, it does have Bluetooth, so I can Bluetooth the music into the car, and I can use a 12 volt socket USB adapter to charge my phone. So there is a way around it, but that's so 10 years ago, don't you think? Number 3, the third thing that I hate about the Audi A1 is the infotainment system, if you can call it that, because you can't really do anything on it. So you've got everything's controlled with this wheel here, and you can access your phone contacts via Bluetooth, which is quite handy, but again, it's easier just to say, hey Siri, and then get them to call. The infotainment system does not have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, so like I say, you are just relying on having a phone clip up on your windscreen, or here where I've got it on the CD rack. Oh my god, that was loud. Did you hear that? I think I just broke my car and the camera. There we go. That was a pothole and a half. So the fourth thing I dislike about this car is the clutch. Now, I really liked the clutch when I first got the car. I thought it's very light, very slick, gear change is nice. However, having it a year, and no, I haven't been driving like an idiot, you notice, again, this honeymoon phase with the car has died off, and I'm starting to get annoyed by the little things. So the gear changes, there's almost a notch between, so you put it into gear and you can feel it scraping against the sides before it goes in. That sounded really rude, but you kind of know what I mean, and it just feels so, it's unconfident, doesn't fill you with confidence. But I've heard a lot of people with Audis, S1s and A1s for that fact, talking about the gearbox and complaining. So it's not just me, it's not just my car. Yeah, it's not very rewarding to change gears. You don't get that satisfaction that you do in other small hatchbacks. Oh yes, number 5, the fifth thing that I hate about my Audi A1. Back to the looks. So I've kind of contradicted myself because I said it looks amazing. I think it looks amazing in every angle except from the rear end. It's like a big bubble, butt. And it almost screams a Fiat 500. That's no offence to anyone that owns a Fiat 500. It's just a bit too bottom heavy, so to speak. The car's got a bit of back. Again, it's not a massive issue. I don't get to look at it, but the Ford Kuga right now that's wedged up my backside on this road has got to put up with the looks, so I don't care. Other than that, it's an all-round great car. So if you're looking to buy an Audi A1, I would probably, unless you urgently need a car, I would probably wait until Audi announce the new A1. It's going to be this year or next year. I've seen photos of the car in testing and it looks good. It looks a bit bigger. It looks like a baby A3. And I have reached my turn off. If you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you, or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc, etc. We're on Drive Tribe as well now. We're really enjoying Drive Tribe. So yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe to us. Thank you very much, and good night.